Hi all, Sarah here. Thanks for joining me for the writing meditation. I've just got a couple quick notes of introduction before we get into the actual meditation, so just bear with me for a minute or two. So, as you would expect for this meditation, you just need a pen or pencil and then a notepad. And what you'll be doing is monitoring your thoughts and then writing them down. It's that simple. So you start off, you sit quietly, you wait, and then a thought appears. And that's when you write it down. Now your thought might trail off into something more before you notice that you're thinking. So you might be thinking, I have to go buy lunch tomorrow, I want to get it from the store, and I'm gonna have to, my usual place isn't open this day, I have to check this out. Whatever the thought is, it can continue for a very long time, and it's up to you to be able to catch it before it gets too far. Now, with time, you'll be able to catch the thought before it becomes too prominent or takes too long for you to write it down. And with time, your thoughts will begin to lessen, and the space in between them will get longer. And that's what we want to get to. We want to get to that place when you're at an inner calm, because you're not thinking too much, you are noticing what's happening around you instead of having a constant thought process going. And a note about when you are writing these thoughts down, you're not writing a long-winded, detailed note to yourself. You are writing as brief of a possible of a note so that you're able to just get it out. You acknowledge the thought, get it out, and it's done with. So let's take that forward into the meditation itself, and I'll be guiding you through it. So let's get started. As a heads up, you'll see me there in the meditation, doing it along with you. Just serves as a point of reference if you want to see how long it takes me. But of course, this is an individual act. So, now that you have an idea of what the meditation will be like, let's get started. So, make sure you're in a comfortable position, a comfortable surrounding. There may be distractions that arise during the meditation. There might be things that happen around you, and that's okay. That's okay. If things come up, if noises arise, if animals, pets come to you while you're in the middle of writing, if something comes up, just take a minute to take care of it and get back to your paper. So, once you've established yourself, you can start writing. So as soon as you become aware that a thought arises, write it down. You've already had plenty of thoughts so far, so hopefully you've gotten a chance to write them down. As you are writing, be sure to write succinctly. You're not writing long whims and fancies and all your thoughts that go on and on and on. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to acknowledge the thought that arises by manifesting it in writing. Once you note the thought, it is enough to dismiss the thought. The thoughts can be about anything, including thoughts about thoughts or thoughts about the meditation, about whatever you have on your mind. It might be your sense of touch. Maybe you feel the chill of the air and you note that it's cold. You're feeling cold. You're feeling sore maybe. Or maybe you didn't get enough rest, so you can feel a slight ache in your head. Maybe your joints are in pain. Any of that, all of that, you want to write down. Even if it's something about how you're feeling about tomorrow, about events that will occur, maybe about this meditation. Maybe you write that you don't think it will ever clear your mind. That's something to write down. Thinking about what you didn't do right today, what you should have done, could have done. It doesn't mean that the thoughts are accurate. It doesn't mean that the thoughts have any center in the truth. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but it doesn't matter. You just write it down. You write it down as soon as you become aware that the thought arises. It might trail on for a while before you catch yourself, but the more you do it, the quicker you'll realize you were busy thinking. Now, handwriting doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. You can write down your thoughts as quickly or as slowly as you want. Just know that they're only for you. No one else is going to read these, unless it's your preference. But all of the thoughts that are swirling in your mind have a place on this page. They have a place outside of some realm of the mind's thinking, some abyss, some swirling of thoughts they can be calmed. They can be put to rest. And maybe with time on this meditation, you'll be able to see patterns in your thinking. Maybe all of your thoughts are focused on the past, of regrets. Or maybe you're stuck in planning mode. Maybe what you're doing is just anticipating the next day, the next week, the next month, 5 years from now. Maybe those are where your thoughts are. Maybe your thoughts are worries, concerns. Perhaps you're so caught up in work that your thoughts are all about your to-dos. Either way, it's fine. Maybe you notice your focus is not on any one type of topic. Maybe it's spread across thoughts about the past, about the present, about the future. Maybe you write more about the past at the beginning of your meditations. Maybe you write more about the future at the end of the meditation. Whatever your patterns, whatever your style, whatever you focus on is unique to you. But it can hold you back if you're too caught up in all the little things. That's why you write them down. Emotions, concerns, desires, changes in behavior, changes in your habits, fears, sadness. It's also possible that thoughts will re-arise. You might find yourself thinking about a thought twice, thrice within a meditation. I find that instead of repeating the cycle, it helps just to acknowledge that you had a repeat thought. You might put a little X down. You might put a big R down. Just noting that you don't have to rethink about it. You've already touched it. You've already acknowledged it. And you'll acknowledge that it came up again. But beyond that, tuck it away. One thing that I've really found helpful with the writing meditation is that most meditations, guided meditations online, are guided visualizations. The visualizations might include some sort of imagery around collecting all of the thoughts in your mind. Maybe the thoughts are supposed to be clouds in the sky and you're watching them pass. Or perhaps the thoughts are leaves in a river floating downstream. Whatever it is, the thoughts remain within the mind in these scenarios, in these visualizations. Now, it might be difficult to really feel a release when it's all happening in your mind. Perhaps it's easier to do this for more visual thinkers, for people who are more apt to see pictures more than words, perhaps. With this, you use the motion of your hand and the ink or the lead from your pencil to let it out. Does your hand hurt at this point? Make a note of it. Are the gaps between your thoughts getting longer? Do a quick check. Are you noticing the calm more easily at this point? Are you finding that the thoughts you are thinking are not continuing and drawing on and on with details before you write them down, before you catch that thought? Because as soon as you realize you're thinking, that's when you put it down. Feel the space in between the thoughts. Those moments of clarity in the mind, extending on, achieving a sense of peace for longer than you did at the meditation's beginning. Are you noticing a pattern in your thought process? Are you frustrated by the kinds of thoughts that arise? Can I stop a thought in your track? The meditation will be closing shortly, but the writing meditation can continue for as long as you need to feel the peace of mind. The guide helps for you to notice sooner that you are thinking, to write it down. But this can be done through self-monitoring as well. As soon as you think something, it needs to be down on the paper. Sometimes I find this takes longer than other times. Sometimes I feel clear in 20 minutes. Other times I'm writing everything, and it's taken 45 minutes, an hour. It's really up to you. It's not about how long you're doing it. It's about when you reach that state of peace and clarity. That's what we want to get to. And it can take as long or as short as you need. So again, thank you for joining me today for the meditation. And I wish that your day be as meaningful as you'd like it to be.